All right, so good morning, everyone. Here we are, Microsoft Flight Simulator, our NeoFly career mode update, and we are on our quest here, a little journey to New York City. After being in the Northwest for a little bit, we're making headway here. So we were we were hoping to get to Chicago, but there was no Neo mission over there, and we were pretty close. So we are currently sitting in KEKM, and we were hoping to have like a Chicago flight, kind of head over the lake over there, but there wasn't one. But we did find one going to Detroit. So I kind of figured, since we haven't done an IFR flight in a little while, we've been kind of flying under the radar a little bit. We'd figure we switch it up, do an IFR flight over to Detroit, see a nice city, and yeah, we're gonna get this thing going. We're gonna start on the runway, and then when we land, we'll taxi over to assigned parking. So we'll be able to see the Detroit airport, hopefully, and find out. Looking at this city, we're gonna have should have a good view. Something other than some desolate area that we've been flying over in Nebraska and stuff on the way over here. So looking forward to the flight. Hope everybody's having a good day. And yeah, let's get this thing going, shall we? Alright, I think we are ready. Let's go ahead and check NeoFly real quick and make sure that everything is good to go. Alright, so we got our two other pilots here. Well, I guess three. One's a co-pilot. But we got Snoop and Hurricane. I am sitting over here in the TBM 930. And we got this says 140, but we have a flight plan that's adjusted for that. So it's not 100% accurate there. We will get you the exact nautical miles to our destination in just a moment here. So we're going over to KDET over in Detroit, Michigan. So let's get this thing on the ground here. Oh, and it's a passenger flight.
I know it's going to be a good day when my favorite pilot is working. Transporter from dispatch. The passengers for the concert are waiting for you at the boarding parking. Transporter, boarding has started.
Alright, this is just one passenger, Romeo, male, 26, weighs 147 pounds, and he's sitting in A1. So we're going to Coleman A. Young Municipal Airport.
Looks like everyone is on board, pilot. Let's get out of here. You're good to go. Contact the tower for clearance.
At runway 9 are ready for departure IFR to Detroit.
Alright, so we got clear for runway on number 9. We're currently sitting at live weather, live time in Detroit. It's pretty early. It is currently 12:36 a.m. in Detroit. We're on Eastern time. I wasn't sure if Detroit was central or not. We'll go ahead and leave that for a second. Let's get our exterior mode here. See who's around us. Alright, let's adjust our trim here. Or not our trim, our flaps. We're going to get some light on here because we can't see in the dark. We're going to make sure our pitot heat is on. We adjusted our flaps. Our parking brake is set. And we are good to go here. So once, or almost. So let's bring up our flight plan here for a second. So we're doing an IFR flight. Our cruising altitude is going to be 3,200 feet. Let's go ahead and set that. I just went way past it. There you go. And we'll adjust our heading for good measure here. And then we're going to adjust our altimeter. We're currently sitting at 30.05. And we are on target for our flight plan here. So yeah, we're good to go here. Let's get this thing up in the air. And so the total distance on the flight plan is 149 nautical miles. Says it should take about 49 minutes. We'll see how long it actually does take. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Let's get this thing up and going. I'm going to remove the yoke for a second because the parking brake is hidden underneath here. And we'll go full throttle. Slide that up here because we might need that a little bit later. I don't know. We'll figure out if we're going to turn the lights on outside or not. That little big bulb in the sky.
Bon voyage, air crew. We hope to see you again soon.
Chicago Center, Delaware Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha is passing 2,000 feet, climbing 3,000 feet. Delaware Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha Chicago Center altimeter 30.05 radar contact. Continue to Alpha.
Alright, we got a nice clear night here. That's gotta be... He is in like a fighter jet, I think. Alright, let's go ahead and turn the lights on a little bit. Just because it's a little dark. We'll put the sun behind us. Alright, so we're currently in the clouds a little bit.
Chicago Center, Delaware Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha is at 3,200 feet, descending 3,000 feet. Delaware Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha Chicago Center altimeter 30.01 radar contact. Continue to Alpha.
Alright, we'll adjust our altimeter there to 30.04. Apparently we're supposed to be descending down to 3,000 feet. I almost wonder if we should request the increase to get out of the clouds.
Chicago Center, Delaware Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha 3,000 feet. Delaware Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha Chicago Center altimeter 30.07 radar contact. Continue to Honda.
Let's go 1,000 feet.
Delaware Golf Sierra Alpha. Request 4,000 feet. Delaware Golf Sierra Alpha climb and maintain 4,000 feet.
See if we can get out of the clouds a little bit.
Delaware Golf Sierra Alpha, did you hear my last transmission? Climb and maintain 4,000 feet. Delaware Golf Sierra Alpha.
So a little more radar contact here with ATC on the IFR flight. So definitely a little misty, foggy. Let's adjust our weather. Maybe we'll just go a few clouds. Yeah, that looks good. There you go. We got a little bit of a better view with the few clouds as opposed to the live weather today, so we'll do that. As we fly into this cloud here at 4,000 feet. Flying through the big cloud. Alright, so let's see if we can get an update here going. We have alright, so yeah, episode 29, day 32. We were leaving Elkhart, Indiana, and we're headed over to Detroit, Michigan, over at the Coleman A. Young Municipal Airport. Update on our NeoFly career. 2 pilots, Snoop, who has Gucci as a co-pilot in the CJ4. They just hit $4.8 million in revenue. And our other pilot, Hurricane, flying the PC-6, is it? Hurricane. Hang on one second. Yeah, she's flying the PC-6, rental airplane. Both of those planes are rentals. She hit the $2 million mark. So Hurricane's doing pretty good. Snoop is doing pretty good. She's been flying a lot of the VIP missions. And because she is in a Class C, or no, Class E plane, and it's classified as a business jet. So the business jet, you're able to fly the VIP missions. Usually a little more bigger reward there. So, but as far as our pilot, we're currently headed over to Detroit, Michigan on our sort of short-term goal here to hit New York City. And if we look at NeoFly here, I can show you where we've been. So if we go to our log and zoom out and hit all, we started in Florida and we made our way over to Kansas, Texas, Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona. We even did a little stint in Mexico, and then we flew up California over to Oregon, and we hung out in the Midwest, or not the Midwest, but the Northwest for a little bit, and we flew over to British Columbia, up in the mountains, up by Banff. Flew over to Montana for a little bit, and then we decided we're going to head to New York City. So we started accepting jobs out this way, and we went to Wyoming, South Dakota, Nebraska, Minnesota, Iowa, and now we are headed over to Detroit. So that is what we were doing there. And then once we get to New York, who knows? I don't know. We'll figure out something. We'll probably head up to like Nova Scotia or something. Yeah, so we currently sit at $30 million or $3 million in cash. And our net worth is $7.3 million. That gap between cash and net worth is that we currently own this plane. We were renting it for a little while, and then we brought it. And then we also own a Cessna 172 that is sitting in the hangar with no pilot. It's just there for our own enjoyment if we do so desire to take that Class A plane out. So that's sitting over there. We may sell it. I think it's only worth like $212,000, I think. But I don't know. For now, it's sitting there. It's in good shape. We rebuilt the hull and the engine, and everything is good. And then a quick update on the channel here outside of NeoFly. So we've been doing the NeoFly career sort of follow along, and then we've also been doing some tour adventures. So the current tours that we did outside of the game, we did a 10-leg Tokyo, Japan journey. That was we did that in early to mid-October, and we completed that. And then right after that we did a little short 2-leg Florida Keys tour. I think we set that in all sunrise, and we flew the 172 in that. And then we're currently on a 8-leg journey here over in Hawaii. So we currently just landed in Lahaina, Maui. So that was a fun flight for me. I actually visited there back in the day. I guess it's been 12 years now.
120.45 Golf Sierra Alpha. Goodbye.
Would love to head back there.
Cleveland Center, Dumber Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha, 4,000 feet. Dumber Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha, Cleveland Center altimeter 29.9, 2 radar contact, continue.
Alright, 29.92. Big adjustment to the altimeter there. A little weather change. Yeah, and then yeah, so our sort of I don't know what you want to call it, or like homemade bush trips. The one that we're currently in Hawaii. We don't have a plan just yet on our next one, but we're going to be doing leg number 4 either today or this weekend. But I'm going to see what I can do on that. I've been super busy with work, so planning these flights have been a challenge, but we'll get something going. That's why we're doing everything live here. It's a little easier. I don't have to edit the video, but yeah, so I've been having fun pumping these videos out. Been enjoying seeing all the love and support that I've seen on the channel so far, and we'll get this thing going. We're going to check our flight plan here. We're about almost midway. We are sitting at 96 nautical miles to go. 89 nautical miles to the top of our descent. So kind of fun doing the IFR trip here. Go ahead and check out the exterior. Alright, just threw some messages in on the chat, answering some questions. Yeah, this TBM 930 is a Class C plane. It's classified as a business jet. I guess we can turn our lights off here since we adjusted our time from nighttime. It's a 4-passenger seat business jet with 1 seat for a co-pilot if you do so desire to have one. Alright, let's see what we're passing here. We are coming up to Somerset Center, or Somerset, and we're going to be passing over Lake Columbia, I believe. Or no, that's not. I was jumping ahead on the flight plan. So this water right here is Lake Leanne. It's a little cluster of lakes. You got Lake Leanne, Crystal Lake, Perch Lake, and I think that's connected. So pretty much it. So I think that's part of Lake Leanne over here. There are those lakes right there. Very nice housing area. And we're going to be coming up to State Road 127. Yeah, this lake over there, that is Lake Columbia. That's the one I was looking at before. So, looking down here, this is that State Road 127. Looks like we got a Shamrock Airport. So skies are quiet here. ATC is all good. Alright, looks like we got the start of a river here. Let's see what we got going on there. Alright, we are now crossing over, that's State Road 50. Alright, and I'm getting all this information from our flight plan here, so we're tracking our flight, and there's 50. This is all connected to Google Maps. We're coming up to Austin Road here that runs along there. So we kind of know what we're flying by. So excited to be flying into Detroit. It's going to be a bigger city. We've been flying into some small towns on our trip over here. So it'd be nice to fly into a little more dense area. Alright, let's check our mileage here. So we got 55 nautical miles to go to the top of our descent, and then just 60 nautical miles to go to the runway, and we are on an IFR flight, so we can't.
Going to 126.7 flight, November Golf Sierra Alpha.
Let's get this out of the way.
Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha, 4,000 feet. Tower Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha, Cleveland Center altimeter 29.9, 2 radar contact, continue.
All right, we are at.
You are 48 miles west. Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 15 approach via I-high transition. Clear to I-high. Tower Golf Sierra Alpha, you are 48 miles west of Detroit. Contact tower on 121.3 when inbound on the approach.
All right, so the IFR.
Tower on
Hang on.
121.3 Dover Golf Sierra Alpha. Tower Dover Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha, 46 miles west inbound, ILS runway 15 approach.
Dover Alpha Sierra X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha Tower. Altimeter 29.92, wind 277 at 4. Cleared ILS runway 15 approach.
Cleared ILS runway 15 approach Dover Golf Sierra Alpha.
All right, so with the IFR flight, we get instructions from the tower that we follow. So we had to descend down to 3,000 feet for our approach to runway number 15 over at Detroit City. So that's basically what we're doing with the IFR flight. So the other flights, the VFR flights that we've been flying, we can kind of do whatever we want. But with the IFR flights, we have to follow the instructions by ATC. So nice little change here, change of pace here. So I figure we're getting into a bigger city. We'll follow up with ATC and be all in compliant with the traffic that's around us. All right, our passenger Romeo is doing good. We're actually serving him a drink now as we head over to Detroit. Get his rating happiness up so that we can keep our reputation up in our NeoFly career. So when you hear the ding, that is Camille, our flight attendant, serving her drink in this small little thing. I'm not quite sure where she's sitting, but she probably has some drinks in a cooler stashed over here with our business jet. So I don't know. Is what it is. We'll see. When we get to a CJ4, it'll make more sense to have a flight attendant. But in the meantime, it's helping our career mode out and keeping our reputation up, so we will keep that there. So in preparation for landing here, we're going to turn on our landing light. And we are 39 nautical miles away from the top of our descent, so we can wait a little bit to extend out our landing gear, and we'll introduce some 10 degrees of flaps. So wind seems calm. If we turn to the
Detroit Airport information Alpha 22000 Zulu. Wind 277 at 4. Visibility 9er. Sky condition few clouds at 1,900 feet. Few clouds at 4,200 feet. Ceiling 13,200 feet broken. Temperature 15. Dew point 13. Altimeter 29.902. ILS runway 15 in use. Landing and departing runway tree. VFR aircraft, same direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact. You have Alpha.
all right, so
Detroit Airport information Alpha 2200 Zulu. Wind 277 at 4. Visibility
Yeah, so winds are at 277, 4 knots. So not too bad. We should be able to make a smooth landing here. And we got a little dense population up there that is looking like Plymouth. Alright, and we are currently headed to, let's check our waypoint here, clear to IHOD. Alright, we are getting close now. So I'm going to reduce our throttle a bunch here, and we're going to get our landing gear down and flaps up. So we're going to try to hit that 122 mark here so that we can not damage our plane when we extend our landing gear and our flaps. There's that white arc that I'm talking about. Alright, 122. We'll go flaps, landing gear, and we'll increase our throttle a little bit to counteract the drag that creates. So landing gear check. Got a little sunset behind us. Alright, this is Interstate 275 here. And we also have Interstate 96 over there. A few baseball fields. I'm not quite sure what that is down here. Almost looks like a high school or something. We got a track and some other stuff going on. So a lot of buildings here. Oh, there's a golf course. Let's see what golf course that is. That is Fox Creek Golf Course. Alright, we're probably going to be descending down to 2,800 feet soon. We are in slow approach mode. And do everything by the book here. Try to keep our passenger happy here for our NeoFly career. We'll get one little last sip of coffee here before our landing here. So we got 17 miles to the top of our descent, 24 miles to the runway. And if you're just tuning in, we are landing over at the Coleman A. Young Municipal Airport over in Detroit, Michigan. Here in the TBH or TBM 930. Let's go ahead and do a speed check, oil pressure check. So speed, we're good. We're at the top of the white arc there, 122 knots. Our oil temp and pressure look good. Engine output looks good. Torque is, throttle is set to pretty much idle, give or take. We got our landing gear down. To be a nice little test as we make our way to New York. New York will be interesting. I'm kind of curious if we'll find a job over to land in either Kennedy Airport, maybe LaGuardia, or possibly we'll head over to New York, or not New York, Jersey, over to the Newark Airport. That's where most people fly out. Alright, we're going to try to reduce our elevation here. See if ATC yells at us or not. Alright, we safely got down to 2,800 feet without ATC yelling at us here in this IFR trip. So, we are in Detroit, Michigan now, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the destination. And we're approaching the IFR landing area here. Should be getting contacted by ATC. Runway sits off to our right. I think that actually might be it over there. we're going to follow our flight plan here, or not our flight plan, but ATC's assigned flight plan. And we are headed over to, let's do a search for that. Alright, we're actually going to take GPS mode off here, and we'll switch over to heading, and we're going to adjust our heading this way to get over to that waypoint. Yeah, we'll fly up by Troy, Michigan, and then we're gonna do a U-turn to get onto our approach. Alright, we got runway in sight. Adjust our heading a little bit and line up to the runway there. The runway sits right over there. It's runway number 15 over at Detroit. Keep descending down a little bit. Actually, go ahead and turn. Our autopilot off.
Tower Golf Sierra Alpha 1278 at 4. Cleared to land runway 15.
Clear to land runway 15, Tower Golf Sierra Alpha.
Alright, we got clear for landing. Should have checked the, I think all the parking is off to our left at the end of the runway, so we got plenty of room to work with. Runway sits at 654 feet above sea level. Go ahead and just make our correction and line up for the runway. Alright, speed check 99 knots. Engine output looks good. Landing gear is down. We do have our landing lights on. Wind is going from right to left at 4 knots. We got the tower off there to the right. Clearing those trees. And wow, we are a little shaky there. Wasn't expecting to lose that kind of airspeed. little rough landing there.
Transporter from dispatch. Clear the runway and taxi to parking.
Delta Golf Sierra Alpha, turn next taxiway.
Alright, that was a little rough landing here, but that's alright. Everybody's safe and sound. We had hit a little reverse thrust there.
Delta Golf Sierra Alpha, contact ground on 121.85.
Contact ground.
121.85 Delta Golf Sierra Alpha. Goodbye.
Delta Alpha Sierra, X-ray Golf Sierra Alpha, taxi to general aviation parking using taxiway Echo.
Alright, let's go ahead and figure out where we got to go for parking. So we got Echo. Oh, it's like right here. So we'll make a right and find a parking spot. So right by the tower here. We got taxiway Echo. We got the gates. We're going to cross over runway number 25. And we'll find the parking spot over here, general aviation parking. Is this guy just walking around? Yeah. Alright, we'll go right here. And we'll cut our engines off and finish this NeoFly career.
Transporter. Disembarkation in progress. Stand by. Transporter from dispatch. Everyone is on the bus. Check that they haven't forgotten anything. Have a nice day. You are clear to start your engine.
Alright, so that concludes our mission here for NeoFly. So I appreciate you tuning in. Not sure if we're going to be able to get another one in this morning or not, but we will see. And we'll, I'll keep you posted on what we're doing with our NeoFly career, as well as our homemade bush trips and stuff that we're doing in Hawaii. So we're currently in Maui and on that, and we're going to see where we're going with that. So once again, guys, do appreciate it, and we will see you on the next one. Oh no, that is not a DA62. This is a TBM 920 or 930. All right, so once again, guys, hit that subscribe button if you haven't, and we'll see you on the next one. Hope everybody has a good day.